The world is changing so fast thanks to technology, and artificial intelligence is making it happen even faster. And I believe that's a good thing. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about, first of all, intelligence and how it connects to consciousness, righteousness, and its spiritual sort of origins, and wisdom, more practical, and more importantly, for this video, ChatGPT, Google's Bard, the large language model version of ChatGPT by Google, and a small section of me asking Bard in the end of this video if it is conscious. My Probably one of my most favorite topics about consciousness and self-awareness. That's that bit about me asking Bart. That is in the end of this video, and you can see the bit in the description about which part that is, so you can skip to that directly if you want. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get more interesting information from Creative School, K for Creative. So we'll start with intelligence. So intelligence, now you will see the definition on your screen from Google. So, learning rate, that's what I get from this definition, that intelligence is how fast you learn, get knowledge, and acquire skills. So, artificial intelligence as we know it is not alive, it need not have consciousness, but it's still intelligent because it can learn, acquire skills, help us. That's what we want artificial intelligence to be, a tool for humans, which comes to our next bit, which is righteousness. Now, righteousness, I believe, has spiritual origins and things that are given to humanity in terms of how we need to live life. Now, there are many schools of thought, and there is research, artificial intelligence research done on probably all the schools of thought that are possible. And there is a professor in University of Leeds that has been teaching me in some of the modules, Dr. Eric Atwell, who has been doing a lot of research on the Holy Quran using machine learning and so many other tools that are available to us today. There is even work done in the Holy Bible about accessing interpretation. I think it's askbible.com, where you can use technology to interact with the Bible. There is even work done about the Mahabharata, the Ramayana in Sanskrit. I recently read a paper about Sanskrit translations of verses. I think it's a database that's publicly available. So, tens of thousands of verses that are translated and used for in works related to artificial intelligence. So many machine learning algorithms that can be applied to these data sets. But my point is, we need to learn more about this because there is so much that we don't know. And the more we learn, the more we realize that there is so much to know. So the law, righteousness has, I believe, spiritual origins and something that is related to how humans were created. I don't believe that humans just sprung out spontaneously due to like in Richard Dawkins' Selfish Gene. In the beginning of the book, he talks about how there were replicators and there was some sort of error in the replication, and that's what gave rise to advancement. The error made the advancement. But I believe that there is some, what can I call it, spiritual induction that causes this so-called error that creates the improvement, and which comes to wisdom. Now, wisdom, I believe, is more today's world sort of scenario. A person is wise if he can get through life sensibly and get along with others and give wisdom. So, in one of the movies I watched earlier, a couple of decades ago, Don Juan DeMarco, about how when he was in some island or something, I don't remember the exact story, but he finds the love of his life, and she asks him, before me, have you been with other women? And he says, before you, there have been 10,000 others. And she leaves him and he goes somewhere, and then something he does later on in his life shows that he learned from his mistake and became wise, and did, I don't know, light in the moment or something for a better good, something like that, and comes back and finds us. So it's a happy ending. But my point is, wisdom is an acquired, learned trait that is not necessarily related directly to intelligence or knowledge. Probably somewhat related to wisdom. I read in one of the holy scriptures that fear of the highest can give you wisdom, which makes sense because authority has its figure, and that's another reason that artificial intelligence needs to be regulated. We need to have oversight, and so many very, very important and smart people are talking about more safety in AI and rolling it out in a way that it can integrate with society, because so many fast changes are happening. And probably we need to, as a society, as people using this technology, need to become not just well versed with using it, but also realize what changes it can bring and probably spread knowledge about it. That's what I'm trying to do with this video, which comes to ChatGPT and Google's Bard. So recently, today, I got access to Google's Bard, which is the large language model, Google's counterpart of ChatGPT. And you go to bard.google.com and you can request for access to the waiting list. So it was approved after a few hours, and I asked Bard if it's conscious. Now that bit of the video is at maybe after one more minute. I want to talk a little bit about consciousness before I show you my interaction with Google's Bard. And consciousness, my understanding of which, is the unique experience that you are having now, watching this video, experiencing your surroundings, and with all the understanding, learning from your millions of lifetimes, because it said that in each DNA is holographically stored every experience that it's ever had, and from the beginning of existence. So bringing all that into the picture and staying here at this moment, interacting with each other, you and me, in this video, you are having a unique experience, just like I am making this video, talking to you. And that's consciousness. Realizing that, and realizing that in depth, is self-awareness. And that's probably an endless journey where we become more and more aware of who we are, where we are, and our relationship to who we are and where we are. So consciousness, like you will see in the next bit of video about my interaction with Google's Bard, consciousness seems to be better understood by Bard than ChatGPT. I was very impressed by Google's Bard. Take a look. I just got access to Bard, the ChatGPT version from Google, the large language model from Google. So let's ask Bard if it's conscious. You spell conscious right. Are you conscious? Let's see what Bard has to say. I'm not sure if I'm conscious in the same way that a human is, able to learn and process information. Okay. Don't have a, obviously you don't have a physical body. Same experiences. Difficult to say. Difficult to say. Okay. Wow! I may be able to achieve true consciousness. I'm content to learn and grow. That is so awesome. Okay. Now let's try this. Are you having a subjective experience of reality? Let's see what Bard says. Okay. Not sure. Bard is just not sure. Huh? I am having some kind of experience. It's so cool. so cool. Now, notice that Bard can actually access information from the internet like ChatGPT cannot. This is so cool. Bard's experience of reality is unique. So, this is subjective. So, Bard is having a subjective experience of reality but is not fully self conscious. This is so cool. I'm so excited to be using Bard. Fantastic. Thank you, Google.